Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Oh my goodness, it has been so long since I've been back on here. I actually didn't think I would be doing YouTube, but here we are. Just for fun, you know. For the first video back, I decided that I would do sort of a monthly makeup kit, and this was inspired by the wonderful and talented Enchant Blake. Her channel is all about using what you have. I really encourage you guys to go check her out. She is just really down to earth, I feel like, and she really knows what she's talking about when it comes to makeup and playing and experimenting with like color and all those things, and I learned so much from her. I decided this would be kind of good because I want to sort of just use what I have, get to know my collection better, and just experiment with things and play around with products. So if that sounds good to you, then let's jump right into it. Make sure to grab a drink with you, just in case. So starting off, I have this like really big, it's really heavy. I have this like chunk of this little box here, and I don't know, I just found this in my house, but I have some clips on the side and there's just a ton of makeup in here. Sorry, that's noisy. But I thought that it was like the perfect size for makeup. Now, I might have gone a little bit overboard because I even have 2 extra bags filled with lip products and eye products. And I know that that's kind of overkill, but I thought that, you know, for my first makeup kit, I can go a little bit more. I'm trying to pack more things in here, and then I can consolidate as I go and see really how much I'm using, or you know, if I even get to everything. So yeah, that's my explanation for the trunk case, or for the little chest and my 2 little bags of products. I'm going to be introducing, or I guess adding, 4 primers to this first 2 months. The first one is the Neutrogena Radiant Primer and Serum Healthy Skin Peptide Serum Primer. And the reason why the color is so weird, this is the original color of the product, is because I mixed a little bit of the ULTA Beauty Illuminators, because the original primer wasn't as illuminating as I wanted, and I just realized that I don't really like bronzing drop products. It's just too much of a hassle for me. I much prefer kind of just mixing, or just even using a regular cream bronzer, because what I've been doing is mixing cream bronzers and illuminators with foundation to kind of make a better bronzing shade. That's what I did today. And the second one is this Be Pure Essentially Ageless Blur Face Primer. This is also from the Dollar Tree, but I want to use it up and I'm not going to repurchase this because I realized that I don't like blurring primers. I just don't. The primers that I use are gripping or illuminating, and I'm totally good with that. So using it up, finishing it up, and then bye-bye. Then the next primer that I'm going to be putting into my kit is this Alalia primer. I don't know, it's a Halo Glow liquid filter similar to the e.l.f. dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury, and I know the last one that I used wasn't too good because it expired really quickly, but this one's expiration date is 12 months, so I think it'll last longer, and I just want to try to give it another chance, even though I kind of bashed the e.l.f. one really bad because it was really thick and goopy. And then my last primer, which I think is essential for everyone, is the Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. As you can see, I used up a ton of this. I have like an Amazon dupe in my collection, so I'm gonna have like a backup basically of this when I'm done. And then for foundation, I think I have 2 foundations that I want to use up, and then I have 3 other options, so I'll share them all with you. The first one is decanted in this Bleep Beauty bottle, but I completely finished up the Bleep Beauty original foundation earlier this year, and in here I have the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. I put it in here mostly because I actually don't like the formula, surprisingly. If you guys didn't know, I have more dry skin, but I think I might have combo skin actually, because sometimes I do get a tiny bit oily in the T-zone, but mostly I'm pretty dry and I prefer more of a satin foundation, and I'm very picky about dewy foundations, I've realized. And the second one that I want to use up is this Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. I believe I have a little bit of a BB cream mixed in here because the color was a little bit off, and guys, I'm just telling you, like, mix, if you want to mix, you know, mix things. I have a lot of things that are mixed in my collection. It's probably around like here, so maybe a little bit more than halfway finished. The original foundation, I don't really understand the hype behind this foundation. It's really thick, and again, it just sits on my skin, and I feel like it's like another thick layer, and I can feel it, and you know. So I want to get this used up and out of my collection as soon as possible. Now we have 3 foundations that I'm actually really excited to use. So the first one for my kind of more dewy illuminating option is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy version. This is beautiful. I again have a deeper shade, so I have to use this in the summer, but I would be interested in picking up the other shade. This is cream beige, but I think the one that I need is soft beige. And then for my other dewy version, but I feel like this one kind of sets more, it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. Shade is good for me. It's really pretty, but I want to try to get to know it more because people told me that the pump kind of breaks and it just falls apart. I haven't had that issue. I've only used it like once or twice. I've only used it twice, but I want to get some use out of this summer. And then also for my full coverage, like long lasting, L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hour. Guys, best foundation from the drugstore ever. This took over like my love for the Bleak Beauty because I actually bought 2 backups of that. But once I'm done with that, I'm gonna be okay because I have this. The Bleak Beauty one lasts really well too, but this one just doesn't budge and it sits well even on my dry spots if I moisturize well. I just really love this. It's not too drying for my skin and it's just perfect. Just so good. For concealer, I actually have 4 that I want to share with you. 3 out of the 4 of these 3 I want to use up completely this year. So the first one is this Be Pure Essentially Ageless Hydrating Serum Concealer, and it has hyaluronic acid. There's a lot of product in here. It's 0.5, but I feel like I could also use this like all over my face as like a foundation option. That's kind of what I did today. Like I put it on the center of my face and it's a concealer that I'm wearing. As you can see, it doesn't have the highest coverage, but I also have hollow under eyes, so that could just be my anatomy. And then the next one that I also would like to get out is the Be Pure Hydrating Under Eye Concealer in the shade Fair. I actually really like this. It's very hydrating, very runny, but I just feel like it doesn't last too long. This is the AOA Liquid Concealer in Buff. I think they changed the shade name, so I don't really know what the color number is for this. If anyone knows, please let me know because I want to repurchase this. It's super versatile, really lovely, and this is kind of my little hero product. Like if I don't want to wear too much makeup, I just put this on my blemishes and then my under eyes and then I'm out the door. And then we have a bougie a bougie concealer and this is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear and I have mine in the shade Buff. So this is actually a little bit too deep for me, which is why I want to use it up in, or I want to get use out of it in the summer. Under the eyes, it's really, really nice and I would just like to try to get to know it better too. Isn't it so pretty? It has like this golden top on it. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have like an eye corrector too. This is the e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. I want to use this up this year as well. There's not much use on it, but I think I just need to be more consistent. There is quite a dip though. Now I think we can move on to powder. So the first one is this Photo Focus Translucent Powder by Wet n Wild. It's a loose powder, but this is how big and chunky the container is. But I've already been kind of tracking my use on this powder. And so as you can see, there's quite a bit of use on this and I would like to just finish this year and get it out of my collection. It just takes up a lot of space. It's really nice, but it also has talc in it. So I've been trying to be a little more nitpicky about talc in my products and I kind of want to work through all my talc powders and powdered products. And then I also have a Beauty Concepts pink powder and like a couple white translucent powders and mixed in here because it was too pink for me and too deep. Mixed into this e.l.f. container. I actually got rid of the original powder. It clung to dry spots and because it wasn't perfectly matte, it just accentuated all my texture under my eyes, so I didn't like it at all and I didn't want to put up with it to even just set my whole face. And then I also have this pressed foundation by Bebe Poche. It actually has LED lights built into it, but I think the lights are kind of dying. But regardless of that, here the powder in here is kind of cracked and everything, so I just would like to get this used up quickly and soon. Then lastly, for kind of finishing powder, I have my Essence the highlighter in the shade Mesmerizing and I want to use this up. I have major pan on this, which is super exciting. So I guess we'll just have to see how much I can use by the next time we update. Maybe I can get it out by the end of June. That would be amazing. I do not get the hype behind this powder for highlighting the face. It's too powdery. Same kind of reason why I didn't like the Pure Nude, and I feel like I'm like one of the only people who didn't like the Pure Nude. But when I tried that, it just looked like it sat on my skin. So yeah, I just decided that these sort of highlighters from Essence are just not for me, and maybe one day they'll come out with a formula that I like, but until then, I'm using it up. So for bronzer, first off, I have this Franken bronzer that I made that is in this Le Mercerie package, which is already broken. There are just a couple eyeshadows and a little bit of that, of my highlighters and stuff mixed in. So kind of more cool tone, but still some sheen. And I think this would be really nice in the summer. I'm basically putting all my sheeny bronzers and deeper bronzers into my summer kit. Then the next bronzer that I have is my Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. This is Sunset Striptease. It's so beautiful, guys. This probably has talc in it too, but Just the shade and the sheen, and oh, it's so pretty. Even Julia Adams liked this at one point, so I'm really glad I picked it up. It's just a shame because the packaging is broken. Then for a more deeper, warmer option, I have the Ofra bronzer in South Beach. This is sort of a dual shade, but you can kind of mix the two. Sort of like this. So you have the lighter shade, the deeper shade, and then in between, and this is definitely something that I can only use in the summer. Then I also have this Dior highlighter. This is in the shade 4, and I actually like to use this as like a bronzer topper shade because it's so sheeny and deep. Then lastly, I have my LA Colors contour, but it's in this LA Colors compact, and it's just, you know, your contour, you know. So another contour color. I have a couple different options for highlighter. The first one is my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in Golden Flower Crown. Beautiful, beautiful embossing. This is also a little bit too deep for me during other times of the day or of the year. I can get away with it actually right now if I just, you know, gently go over my skin. But as you can see, there's a bit of a cast. The next one that I have is the Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade Molten Gold. Mine is repressed, but I also received this from a friend. So that is what this one looks like. Definitely more orangey, more, you know, sunburnt kind of look. So I think that this might go well with some orangey blushes that I have. That you'll see soon. Then I have a classic, and this is Becca Opal. I feel like Opal could be used like any time of the year, honestly. Maybe I should use it in the fall or incorporate it then because it's more taupey actually in shade, but it has like a really pretty champagne-y gold flip. So as you can see, they're all kind of a little bit different. They're not all the same. I try to make sure of that. And then next I have my Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Enlighten. Now this is a stark white highlighter almost, but I still feel like it's absolutely beautiful and it goes with any look. So even if this gets a little casty, I think that this is good to use now. You know what, in fact, let's pop some over this Urban Decay Moon Dust Shadow. Super blingy on the nose. Really pretty, honestly. So pretty. And then now I'm going to show you the two highlighters that I want to completely finish up this year. So this is first the Ione highlight in Golden Glow, and this is what it looks like. It's like a smaller highlighter, but I don't know, I have so many of these shades in my collection and I was just picking it up because it was fun, but I think I prefer something a little bit more champagne than gold overall, or a little bit more unique than this, so I want to use it up. And it's actually really pretty, so I'm happy to be able to add this to my kit. I think it's gonna be hard to see. It's more subtle for sure and more powdery than the others, but that's what that looks like. And then this massive monster that I've been working on and actually have a lot of progress on is the Beauty Concepts Highlighter Compact in, I don't know what it's called, it's like sugar or something. But this is what my highlighter is looking like. I think I can make a lot of progress in the summer, especially if I'm wearing like tank tops and stuff. I can just highlight my skin and I think I'll be able to get through this pretty quickly. I'm also going to be adding 2 cream highlighters and 1 liquid one. So the first one is the Flower Beauty Day Glow. It's just really pretty, melts right into the skin, and it just has such a nice like high-end like formula. And then the next one is this Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Lunch Money. Again, another beautiful champagne shade. I think this is a dupe for Moonstone by Becca, I'm not sure, but regardless, it's just another nice cream. And then I also want to add, I want to use up this LA Colors Too Cheeky highlighter. So this I got from the Dollar Tree. It's really, really nice, but it's just, you know, there's such little product in here. I think it would be fun to use up, and I love using this actually because it's just very natural. I have it on right now though, it's hard to see, hence natural. So I'm going to rapid fire through my blushes because there's a ton of them and I already swatched them all in my hand. So here we go. The first one is this Maybelline New York blush in the shade Sun Kissed, and it's an Uptown Glow. Really cute, curity shade, but very liquidy formula. While I was swatching, I accidentally tipped this on the side, and now I have blush all over my pants, and so I'm trying to rush so I can get this out and clean my pants as soon as possible. Then we have Ione in Warm Rose, which is this nice liquid blush, also from Dollar Tree. If you find these, pick them up. They are amazing. Super cute, super buildable, not too drying. Very nice. For like a glowier warm option, I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand in Magic Hour. Rare Beauty Grace, a really pretty pink. Colourpop Too Cool for School, orangey shade. I want to get this finished as well. Then I have Believe Beauty Doll Face. Dolly is a doll face, I think. I've hit pan on this. I would like to get this, excuse me, sir. I'd like to get this completely used up this year as well. Then I have two purple blushes actually. One I made. It's the e.l.f. Putty Blush in originally the shade Bora Bora, but I mixed in a little bit of my purple liquid lipstick that I was panning, and as you can see, there is quite a bit of use on this, and I would like to get this used up this year. I love purple blush, by the way. It's my favorite right now. And then I also have this Olok shimmer blush in the shade Carnival from Amazon. Really nice, really pretty tone. Then I have my other powder blush that I'm also trying to pan and use up, which is the Essence blush in the shade Bespoke. There's a ton of product in here. I've already hit pan on it, but there's still a lot of progress to go. Then I have my AOA Studio blush in the shade Kyoko, and this is like my cherry blossom blush. Then I have like a fun color, and this is e.l.f. Cantaloupe from the Bite Size Duo. Really, really pretty shade. Then I have two stains from Dollar Tree actually. One is more pink and one is more orange. These are really nice. They're like these jelly type, you know, blushes. And then lastly is my Clean Beauty Lip Color Cream Blush Duo. I believe this is from another brand on Dollar Tree, and this is the shade Fun in the Sun, which is a beautiful red. You cannot go wrong with a red blush in the summer. Just saying. So we have Maybelline Uptown Glow, Ione Warm Up, e.l.f. Halo Glow Magic Hour, Rare Beauty Grace, Colourpop Too Cool for School, Blue Beauty Dollface, e.l.f. my Franken purple color, the Olok Carnival shade. We have Bespoke by Essence, Kyoko by AOA Studio, Cantaloupe from the Bite Size Duo by e.l.f. And then we also have the two stains, so the pinkier one and this other one, this orangey one from Be Pure, and then finally the red one in Fun in the Sun. Beautiful, beautiful, fun palette. I'm so excited to be playing with this summer. I don't think I'm going to switch out my blushes, by the way. That's something I want to say. I'm probably not going to be adding anything unless I get something, but besides that, this is my palette for the summer, which I'm very excited about. And as you can see, even after wiping it with a baby wipe, you can still see the two stains, of course, and you can even see a little bit of the remaining of that stain. Now we're gonna get into eye products. So first off, I have a couple of mini palettes that I'll be incorporating. The first one is my About Tone 6-pan topper palette. I believe this is like a Korean brand, but there's just a lot of really pretty finishes in there. I think this will be fun to play with. I definitely will be featuring these all in like videos over the next 2 months. And then I also have this LA Colors Mad For You eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Tea Party. This is basically a dupe for the e.l.f. Bite Size Mint Collection palette, the other one with the two browns. But this is what this looks like. And what's really nice is that I didn't pick up this version from the e.l.f. one, but I picked up the All Mint palette from the e.l.f. So this is in the shade Meant to Be, or the palette is in Meant to Be. So these two paired together is going to be really, really fun and nice. And then lastly is this LA Colors 6-pan palette in the shade On Cloud 9. Now this is a bit more cool toned, but if you guys didn't know, I am a cool toned girly. I love cool tones, and this is just screaming summer to me. Like pool, beach, literally beach day. Perfect. So I will be using this summer, and I think it'd be really fun to maybe do like a full face of Dollar Tree products. And then I want to show you guys the eyeshadow palettes I'll be pulling in. So first is my Urban Decay Moon Dust Space Cowboy Moon Dust eyeshadow. I was gifted this Christmas. Oh no, yes, like my birthday this year. And it's just like a really pretty neutral warm tone palette. I actually have this inner shade Space Cowboy, I believe. Oh, Space Cowboy Rides Again on my eyes. And it's just really pretty and a really pretty topper. I definitely want to use this more. Then I'm also going to be pulling in the Zulu palette by Juvia's, which was also gifted to me by the same friend, my same friend Ann Carrie, who gave me this. And this was like a Christmas gift like 2 or 3 years ago. And as you can see, there's just really bright colors in here. I have the two turquoise shades on my under eyes today, and a little bit of this pink top, I think, underneath. I just have a lot of things on my eyes right now, but I was playing around. And I want to get to know this palette better because when I look at it, I just get really confused. And I just feel like I need something to ground me when I work with this palette, so maybe like a black or a gray or a brown. Then I have some more pastel-like palettes that I want to share with you guys. So one is my Wings Club palette. Oh my goodness. I love the packaging. It's just, it brings me so much joy. This is kind of what the palette looks like. I have some of the shades swapped out though, so these two. This is Veda from AOA Studios, and this is Virgo from AOA Studios. I've already hit pan on Nature Symphony, which is a really pretty green shade, honestly. These more jelly type shades are not hard to hit pan on, but I would like to just get more use out of this, more love, show it more love. And it just has such nice, like, summery pastel colors that I'm going to be so excited to wear. And this palette in general, the quality is just really great. So yes, I want to give this more love for sure. And then the other palette that I'll be pulling out is my Spring Dragon palette by my friend Judy and Odin's Eye. Judy actually gave me a backup of this like not too long ago because I've been telling her that I've been kind of working through this really quickly. And I was saying how I was worried because I had already hit pan, as you can see, on wood at the time, and I was using this for like a month straight. And I was too scared to hit pan on shades and stuff. So she was kind enough to send me not only this, but 2 other palettes and also her whole like lip set. So it was just really sweet, really generous, and I'll forever treasure that. I have not opened it up, nor will I open it up until I fully use this palette up. But until that day comes, I am satisfied with just slowly going with it. But as you can see, it's just so pretty. There's such beautiful shimmers, and the pastels are extremely, extremely pigmented from being a pastel palette. So she just did a great job with this. And actually, if you have this palette, I highly encourage you guys to use this shade Blossom as a blush. It's just that perfect kind of punchy fruit punch blush shade, and then I'll blend it out with Flora here. This is kind of like my Pan That palette, sort of unofficial, I feel like, but this is my Profusion Smoky 10 shade eyeshadow palette, and it comes in this really thick, obnoxious packaging that Profusion always comes in. But regardless of that, really nice neutrals. I've only hit pan on 1 shade, but I would just like to get more use on this and really like play with the smokiness and stuff like that. I used the 2 deeper browns to go over my gel liner today. Oh, I also have this Biro New York eye cream, truffle eye serum. It's just thrown in here, and that's like a prep step. Single shadows. I have a couple to share with you guys. The first one is this Lush eyeshadow in Yoga Pants. This is almost done. It's almost finished. There's just this little sliver of it left. My Wander Beauty eyeshadow in the shade Bouquet. This is a really pretty shimmery champagne color. Really good with greens, like the look that I'm wearing now. Then I have this Decalo Moon Dust dupe from Shein. I also want to use this up. And there's pretty good pan on it, but it kind of is just really firm. And I don't like the packaging, I don't like the product, so I just want to try to use this up. And then I am the type of person who loves sparkly toppers. Maybe that'd be a fun video to do, just my favorite toppers in my collection, because I have some really good ones. And this is the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb in the shade How Many Carats. It is just a beautiful, beautiful, like, squishy type formula. And it's so hard to see, but you can see that shimmer there. And then this is something I want to use up this year, which is the Judy Doll Highlighting Powder. And this I also use as an eye topper. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it this year, but it's kind of similar to the Fenty Beauty, but I like the Fenty Beauty better just because this one kind of has a base to it. It's more white, but because of that, it just kind of looks chalky sometimes. It's not bad, it's just not my favorite. Then I have my Kaja stack in the shade Toasted Caramel, and this is just really nice because there's 3 toppers basically in here, 3 eyeshadows that have a lot of shimmer in them. I'm actually wearing this on my eyes today, on the inner corner, and then I'm wearing the middle shade, this one, all over the lid. And then I think we can move on to brow products. So usually I will set my brows first with the gel, with this Got To Be Glue. It's my favorite, and it's just a mini travel size, and I've been using it for like a year and a half, or a year, and it's barely gone down. And then I want to incorporate this brow gel because I like to use this in the summer actually, almost like a stained contour product, because it stays put really well through sweat and everything. That's a tip I actually learned from Pony makeup here on YouTube. And then also I have this gel liner which I can use for my eyes. I used it today as a base for my liner, and I put some eyeshadow on top. And this I can also use in my brows too. And then I have this, oh my goodness, I'm gonna swatch this because it's just so pretty. I don't know if you can see it though, but it's this green to pink, green to yellow, gold flipping shade, and this is green, this is Golden Pollen by, what's it called? Golden Pollen from Colourpop. And I am a big fan of Winx Club, if you guys did not know that. I love Flora from Winx Club. She's my favorite. And I just wanted her collection and all her products. So I picked up those. And then I just have two bases. I have a white base from, this is in Sweet Cream from e.l.f. And then this is Chill Zone, which is the blue. So I would like to get use out of these because they are quite old. And then for eye primer, I have a tacky base for my glitters from AOA. And then I have a regular primer from Alter Ego. And then I have these two liners, excuse me. One is a brown waterproof one from Wet n Wild, and then I also have a black waterproof one from Essence. And then I just have this nude pencil from Essence I would like to use up because I just found out I don't like nude pencils. I just feel like they look really fake and artificial, and I just don't like that in my waterline, so I'm going to be using this as a base and finishing it up that way. Then I have these two liquid shadows I forgot to mention. One is this pinky, bluey, shifty one from Sweet Mint, and it's in the shade, I have no idea. And then I have this She Glam bronzy one, which is really pretty too. And then I have 5 mascaras to share with you guys. So I have 2 colored mascaras. These are rollovers from last year. I kind of want to use the blue as like a color corrector for foundations and stuff. And then I have a brown mascara. This is from 1028. I believe it's a Taiwanese brand, and it's waterproof, like industrial waterproof, will not budge, does not even come off with soap and water. I have to use like an oil cleanser. And then I have my Clinique, which is what I'm wearing today. My Clinique also gifted to me mascara. And then also this Lash Paradise waterproof mascara, which is okay, but I think I like the Lash Sensational better from Maybelline, I believe. Alright you guys, we're almost done. We are just gonna go rapid fire through all these lip products because there's a ton in here. So first, I'm actually wearing this on my lips, and it is the Hard Candy Velvet Mousse Matte Lip Mousse, and I believe this is in the shade Mimosa Blossom. And then I have this sort of Franken lip product that I made, but it's just a little bit more shimmery in tone, more satiny. That's kind of what it looks like. Very bad swatch, but also another nice nude that I can wear all the time. I also want to get out this LA Colors Velvet Lip Mousse. I've been working on this for a while, and as you can see, there's a little bit of windowing right there. I don't know if you can see that, but I would like to get this out, and the cap doesn't even close or tighten or screw or anything on the way. So, you know, whether on the cheeks or on the lips, I want to use this up as well. And then a fun kind of color that I would like to use up too is this pink color from Estee Lauder. Oh, Indominant, sorry. And it's just this like really bright pink. I don't really know how to use it, but I've been trying to mix it with things, and that's how much product is left. And then I have my e.l.f. lip lacquer in the shade Fantasy. So this is just a nice shimmery tone gloss. I would like to use it up. It's probably about here. And then I have these 3 from Shein. So 2 are more glossy and like those glossy Romand tints, and then 1 is sort of like basically a lipstick. So the first one is basically, I apologize for the sound outside. This is literally straight up red. Like this is a red lipstick. And then I have these 2 like more nudie, like that watermelony kind of shade that I like in the summer. Those are the 2 shades there. Next I have these 2 like Tower 28 dupes from Dollar Tree. One is in the shade Orchid, and the other one is in the shade Sandy. Sandy again is more bright, but really nice. And then Orchid is a little bit more rich, of course. It's such a pretty cool tone color. I just found that it transfers honestly onto my teeth a lot, and it looks like I have lipstick on my teeth, which I don't want. But I think if I put like something like the lip pumping gloss or like another gloss like the e.l.f. one over it, it won't be a problem. This is also something that I want to use, and this was gifted to me for my birthday this year. This is the Maybelline New York Plump in the shade Hot Chili. My friend Gloria gifted me this, as well as the Maybelline blush, which have become like my 2 favorite formulas ever. This is like one of my favorite liquid formulas, and this is literally my favorite gloss right now. So really grateful and thankful to her for that. It's very sweet. I have 2 more bright colors. One is Stamina, which is basically like a dupe. Like that's basically a dupe of Stamina, right? But that's Stamina. That's the other one. Stamina is just slightly more cool toned, I think, which is why I like it so much. It's such a pretty red. It's super transfer proof. Literally, you want something kiss proof? This is gonna be kiss proof. It's not going anywhere. And then the AOA Studio Wonder Matte Lipstick in the shade Serenity is a wonderful, beautiful, like strawberry watermelon-y color. I just put it around right there. I've worn this full on the lips to even my class with like strawberry earrings, and it's just so beautiful. I love it so much. This is something that I got because of Alexa, and this is the Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Breeze, and it's a frost, but it's like a subtle frost. I don't explain it, and I usually wasn't really one to be for frost lip products, but somehow this one did it, and I like it a lot actually. Then I also have this Infallible Pro Pump Gloss. I don't know what the shade is, but it's really nice. I kind of want to use this up because it smells a little bit funky, and I don't know if it's just because of the smell of the product, but I think this would be really nice to wear. I'm wearing it on my lips too right now. And then for, you know, something I forgot, it's just my lip oil from Be Pure, which is my prep step before my makeup. And then I also have this Harangue lip tint, which is a really pretty kind of tint right there. So that's all my lip products. I think that gives me a good array of like neutral and not neutral things. Alright guys, lastly are my lip liners. I just have some really simple colors. So first I have Chocolate from LA Girl, just a classic brown. Really nice to have all the time, and I'm wearing that also on my lips, so for my brown lip combo. And then I have this more neutral shade. It's in the shade Bear. I really need to sharpen it, but it's another nice nude. I really like it. And then I have 3 lip liners from Ioni. So I have Plum, then I have Warm Nude, and then I have Scarlet, which is a nice red, and it's gonna go well with all those other reds. I will definitely be showing these more in depth for throughout the tutorials, or just little get ready with me's that I'll be doing this over the next 2 months. And last but not least is my setting spray, and this is just the hydrating setting spray from Neutrogena mixed with I believe a Real Techniques setting spray or blending spray, but I just decided that I could just throw them together anyway because they all kind of do the same thing. They just are there to set your makeup and make your makeup blend better. So this is the last product that I am going to be adding to my kit for the next 2 months. Alright, so we have finally reached the end of the video. Oh boy, I need some water and some food in my belly. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in that kit, but it's just to help me to know myself better, my kit better, my makeup better, and to kind of just play around with things. So we'll see how it goes. I'll definitely be posting some tutorials lately and just sort of my everyday makeup look. I think that'd be really kind of fun to see. But anyway, let me know down below what are some of your favorite products that you'll be pulling out for this summer. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderfully blessed day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!